Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 30 of our Colorado Rockies rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 26. Last we left off, things were not going well. We had a very rough July, especially down the stretch, losing 5 games in a row to end the month, and that, more or less, removed us from playoff contention this season. So to that end, I said I would play through about half of the August games off stream, which I have done, and mixed bag, I would say. The losing streak continued. We were swept once again by the Braves. I think they're just very angry that we beat them one year in the wild card series. Then we took 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals, lost 1 of 3 to the Marlins, but then 2-1 against the Giants, and currently are splitting series 1-1 against the Blue Jays. Couple changes of note for the pitching staff. Sam Hentages, who we obviously traded for at the deadline. So far, he's pitched 8 1/3 innings, only allowed 4 hits, 1 solo home run. Did walk 7 guys, which that's not a small number, but he has also struck out 8. So far, he's been a really good addition to our bullpen. And then James Gonzalez was just called up back to the starting rotation because Mr. Herrera went and gotten himself suspended for 6 games. And so I've put him on the restricted list since he is obviously ineligible to play. And Gonzalez will get 1 start in his place. Now, for the lineup, Yankee Fernandez obviously returned from injury, and then we sent him down for a minor league assignment. He has since been called up, and in 7 games, he has 1 run, 7 hits, a double, an RBI, no walks, 4 strikeouts to his name. Now, we are taking it super slow with Fernandez because he has essentially missed almost 2 seasons of baseball. He only played in 10 games in 2027 and has only now played in 20 between AAA and major league level. So Fernandez, we're kind of inching back into it, and hopefully he can carve out a role on next season. So far, Dario Laverde, we debated sending him back down to AAA at the end of July. I decided to keep him up, and so far he has been fine. 14 game starts, 6 runs, 13 hits. Did recently have a home run against the Giants. Overall, I think he's doing okay. And so I think we're just going to keep playing Dario down the stretch to see if he can potentially become our backup catcher for next season. So the plan of attack going forward for this episode is just we're going to play as many games as we can. Um, right now we have 3 series left in August and then a murderer's row in September. We play the Dodgers twice, the Padres twice, and the Diamondbacks twice. So hilariously, even though we are 12 games back of the division, if we do some work in those series, we could make it potentially close, but highly unlikely we're able to catch the Giants in the division or the Nationals in the wild card, who we're also 12 games back from. So we'll see how things shake out. I will say, cautiously pessimistic. At this moment, odds are we're not going to make the playoffs. Odds are it also won't be close. But the one thing working in our favor is the amount of division games we have coming up to try to claw our way back if we can. So, without further ado, let us begin and get into the rubber match against the Blue Jays. Again, we have James Gonzalez on the mound as Herrera is currently suspended for 6 games. Lineup pretty standard what we've been rolling with. Joe Lamp at center, Shanuel DH, Bregman, Condon, Carrig, the 3-4-5 punch. Hunter Goodman batting sixth, Howie Lee seventh, Jordan Walker eighth, and Tovar ninth. I did do some tweaking in the lineup and sort of rotating guys every 2, 3, 4 games, etc. But the majority of the time, we're going to be rolling with our best guys. First inning, and already the Blue Jays have runners at the corners. This can only go well. Not the best range and angle from Joe Lamp there. And that is one thing we do still need to determine for next season, just who will be our center fielder. Joe Lamp has got the lion's share of opportunities since Brenton Doyle was traded. Wonderful throw home. He was safe. I was hoping the animation would be wrong. It wasn't. Joe Lamp has gotten most of the opportunities in center field, but I've also started playing Cole Carrig there, mainly against lefties. So we'll see if that becomes a permanent change next year. A bold decision there from Johnson to go 3. He gets gunned down by Lamp. 3 runs by the Blue Jays to start this game. Not great from Gonzalez, it must be said, as Lamp lines out. Nolan Shanuel, who so far since we acquired him, I would say has been exactly what we thought he would be, as he gets a nice double here, where, he hasn't hit for that much power, but consistent on base. I think for us, he only has 3 home runs. Yeah, he only has 3 home runs, but 17 RBIs, he's walked 17 times, 371 on base, almost an 800 OPS. He's been exactly, who we thought we were getting. Alex Bregman lining out to left does not help us there. And Charlie Condon Case, he really is going for the record of most strikeouts in a season, and I respect it. Clean second for Gonzalez, and third. Let's turn to Jordan Walker now, as he is walked. Jordan Walker, without question, has had a disappointing season. Part of that isn't his fault. He was injured for 2 months of it. But he has had a very good August, which we like. Lamp lines out. Come on, Nolan. And lines out to first to end the inning. Not much from our bats through 3. An error means Cole Carrig is on third, and a wild pitch scores the left fielder. We're on the board. Unlucky there. Our only run is because of a wild pitch and an error. Oh, boy. All right. Hunter Goodman gets the ball down. That was a very strange animation from Daniel Johnson in left field. He teleported up and then zipped back. Howie Lee gets the ball down and left. We're not done yet. We got runners on. It's Jordan Walker time. The pitch. Rats. All right, down we go, but we do get 1 run back. Clean fifth from Gonzalez. He definitely has settled in since that first inning. It shouldn't take someone allowing 3 runs to settle in, but I digress. And then another error. Oh, no. Tovar is on the board. Lamp. Deep fly ball to center. I don't think that'll advance Tovar. Nolan Shanuel gets the ball down. Tovar believed that was going to be caught. So I feel like he gets the third if he has better base running there. And Bregman grounds into an inning-ending double play. That is also a big question for next year. Alex Bregman is going to make $20 million again next year. And he has certainly not been worth $20 million this year, only 1.3 WAR so far. But we'll see what he can do. A clean sixth from Gonzalez. Very nice from him. I think we'll have Seth Halverson get ready for the seventh. We got 5 good innings from Gonzalez and one very, very bad one. Condon flies out to right. Cole Carrig swings at a bad pitch. And Hunter Goodman grounds out to third. All right. Good job from James Gonzalez. Seth Halverson will get the seventh. And it's clean. He's only getting 1 inning. Halverson and Dollander at this point, they're only getting 1 inning. All right. Jordan Walker is on second. 3-1 count against Lamp. He swings, hits it high to center. That is caught. On to the 8th we go. Victor Vodnik is coming in. I know Halverson is still in the green. I do not care. This is my just desserts for that decision. They're trying to bunt. You're up by 2, you actual cowards. As they get the runner at second. What is How You Lee's turn double play? 55. Okay, so it's not terrible. But I have noticed How You Lee has done a lot of just not throwing it. And that ball is down. Blue Jays are going to get some runs there. Jordan Walker took 10 years to get that ball in for reasons unknown to me. They get McAdoo on the back end, but still, nonetheless, 2 runs allowed by Vodnik, and his ERA climbs to 4.7. And he allows a triple from Anthony Santander with 40 speed. That's his first triple of the save, by the by. All right. We'll get Matt Chachik warming up in case Vodnik can't get Johnson. Soft grounder to Tovar. The throw. Looks like it got him. And he did. Well, this lead might be insurmountable. Nothing in the 8th. Matt Chachik for the 9th. We're going to pinch hit here. Yankiel Fernandez getting the at-bat in place of Cole Carrig. And he gets on base with a nice line drive to right. That'll do. Hunter Goodman, the softest of grounders in front of the catcher. And they get Yankiel. Uh-oh. And Yankiel has to come out of the ball game with an injury. He's going to have the fragile designation after this, man. No, boy. It might be Benny Montgomery time if he's out for a long time, but the ball does get down there. Goodman goes to third. How You Lee, I might as well have you steal. We're down by 4. All right, to second safely. Here's Jordan Walker. Line out to short. All right, Tovar, I believe in you. Hit to third. The throw gets him. We lose the rubber match 5-1. Then Gonzalez had a terrible inning, but then did pretty good after that. And then Victor Vodnik giving up 2 made the lead pretty insurmountable. All right, do we know what Fernandez's injury is? No, which is a bad sign. Oh, boy. Ooh, Brady Moretta, player of the week in Fresno. And you know what that means. Send him to High A Spokane. I've kept him in single A this year, mainly so that he doesn't have to play every day and risk getting injured, because this man already has sprained ankle before having the fragile under designation when we drafted him. All right, game. Oh, I have this ordered wrong. That's why. I was like, why are these guys tired? All right, game 1 against the San Francisco Giants. We shall play. Let's have, obviously, with Yankeel being injured, very much limits my substitute options. I think Joe Lamp, we're going to give the day off. Cole Carrick goes to center. Stephen Kwan's going to hit 7th. Let's have Jordan Walker hit 5th here. All else equal, Dario is going to be in to hit catcher. Nothing from us in the first. The Giants get 2 aboard. It's fine. There we go. Diaz pops up. Bryce Eldridge, the Rocky killer in this save. Hits it softly to short. Lee for 1. Condon for 2. Double play. What? Oh no. It still had the symbol of him at second. So I was like, did Howie Lee just not touch the bag? Is that what you're telling me again? Runners at the quarters for Dario. And he hits it straight to the second baseman. Down he goes. Oh boy. I have faith in you, Jose. It's never a good sign when you say you have faith in someone, and then the next pop-up screen is that your guy is getting shelled. Well, I'm going to be honest, Jose. My bullpen isn't doing great, so I'm going to need you to get Bryce Eldridge. Thank you. Once again, one of my starters gives up a mammoth early inning to put us behind the 8-ball early. There we go. Runners on second and third. Nolan Shanuel gets it down in left. That'll score 1 and advance Carrig to third. Bregman with the sacrifice ground out, as I call it. All right, we get 2 back. Condon lines out. Nothing there. All right, Jordan Walker, justify your placement in the lineup. And he forces an error to get himself aboard. Howie Lee is walked in 4 pitches once again. Bases loaded. Stephen Kwan, full count. Hits it right to first. All right. We get 2. Feel like we should have gotten more, but that is what it is. A clean third from Jose and a clean 4th. He's at 70 pitches, so I think I'll give him the 5th. And we'll see how we do. Jordan Walker solo shot. All right, let's get Dollander warming up. Come on, Jose, get Chapman. He did not, as Matt Chapman hits it down the right field line. That will undoubtedly score Bryce Eldridge and be the end of Jose Fleury's day. All right, Dollander coming in to face Willy Adames. And yes, that does say 8.33 ERA. All right, Adames goes down swinging. There we go. Stephen Kwan at second for Tovar, who lines out to short. He's killing me with these lineouts. There we go. Cole Carrick hits it down the left field line. Kwan will score. Carrick with the RBI single. Nolan Shanuel, bring him home. He did not. Maybe when I said bring him home, he thought I meant just bring the ball home, so he hit it straight up. If so, miscommunication on my part. All right, Dollander, give me the 6th. Oh, we're back. We're winning the game. We have the mandate. Nothing doing in the 7th. That'll be it for Dollander. Very nice outing from him. And now it's Zerpa's turn after he gave up 4 runs against the Marlins, 2 against the Blue Jays. It's not looking good here. Bryce Eldridge hits it up the middle. It really is impressive this year how many of our bullpen guys that have been great for 2, 3 years just find themselves imploding again and again. Here's Chapman, and he walked him. I mean, I'm going to be honest, Zerpa, you're just going to have to eat this. All right, striking out Willie Adames there is huge. Double play ends the inning. Patrick Bailey hits it into right field. That's going to score 1, maybe 2. See, that animation is another thing I don't like. What that animation really showed is at that moment, Condon should have rifled it to second to try to get Patrick Bailey there instead of throwing home to a runner that had already crossed home plate when the throw was made. That is something that kind of annoys me. Here's Heliot Ramos. Sac fly to left. Will it be deep enough to score the runner? No. Can he get Trent Grisham? Yes, he can. Beautiful from Chachik to come in and shut the scoring down. Zerpa, unfortunately, now finds himself with almost an ERA of 4. And his August number is grim. Yep, 10. He has an ERA of 10 in August. Oh, boy. All right, 2-run homer from Dario Laverde. We pull within 2 runners in first and second for Condon, who strikes out because he really wants that record. All right, Chachik. Clean 8th from him. I'm going to get Munoz warming up just in case we tie the game. But let's see. Caleb Ferguson in to close. And Walker is walked. The tying run at the plate, and how Yuli pops it straight up in the atmosphere. Chapman hauls it in. All right, Stephen Kwan, 3 hits today, and a wild pitch moves Walker to second. That could be huge. Kwan hits it to left field, caught by the warning track. For a moment, when I didn't see Heliot Ramos move, I was like, he knows it's a home run. But then it did not materialize that way. All right, we're going to pinch hit for Dario here. Hunter Goodman is going to come in to face the lefty, Caleb Ferguson. And Goodman strikes out swinging. That's your ball game. We lose 6-8 once again. 1 bad inning from a starter and a bullpen implosion means we lose. Cole Kerg, Stephen Kwan, 3 hits apiece. Dario had a nice home run, but alas, not enough. We lose to the Giants. And we still don't know Fernandez's injury yet, which means it's probably a broken finger or a broken hand. And he's going to be out for the season. Oh, boy. Why is Joe Lamp batting 9th? I mean, I'm going to have Stephen Kwan just take left again. All right, so Acuna is in for Bregman. I think we'll have him bat 9th. How You Lee bats 3, Kwan bats 2, Shanuel 6, Tovar. What's Tovar split's been 7v9? About the same. Batting 8th, though, he's been impressive. So we'll do him 8th. Acuna will get the start at 3rd in place of Bregman. And Cole Kerrig with a nice leadoff double. And how Yuli flies out. Same with Kwan. Condon, if you strike out, so help me. He did. He really wants the record, which is very impressive. Though, to be fair, Though his injury may have stopped him from getting it. A clean first from Bobby Miller. And a clean second, though we do have an error. Acuna. Well, he's had an error at each position he has played in. So he's keeping it consistent for us. There we go. Tovar leadoff double. Come on, Acuna. Redemption. He lines out to third. Quit lining out to their infielders. Cole Carrig decides, fine then, I'll line out to left. And Stephen Kwan strikes out to end the inning. Once again, we threaten, we do not score. And the Dodgers, the Giants take the lead. 1-0. Bobby is at 71. Can he get me the sixth? He just gave up a solo homer to Diaz, so I think that answer is no. Here's Eldridge. Gets him swinging. I mean, if I can get 6 from Bobby Miller, that is a big win. Yeah, he walked Austin Meadows. All right. That is it for Bobby Miller. 5 1/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Halverson will come in to finish the inning. Gets the Adames to pop up. Very good. And now Heliot Ramos, also a Rocky killer in the save. Lines out to center. Good work from Halverson there. How is the rest of my bullpen looking? It's looking pretty good. All right, we'll have Jameson get ready for the 7th then. Condon flies out to center. Hunter Goodman, the softest of grounders to the pitcher, and because of the slow throw animation, he is safe. Who's faster, him or Dario? Definitely him. Dario's not quick. Do I want to pinch hit for Shanuel here? Nah, let's let him hit. Wild pitch moves Goodman to second. Oh, yeah. Shanuel pops it up. No dice. All right. Here's Jordan Walker. Hits it deep to left field. That ball is gone. The hot streak continues. 366 feet. Tie ball game. Very nice from Jordan Walker. And Tovar strikes out. Can he beat the throw? Nope. Very nice there from Jordan. All right, Jay Jameson is coming in. I know that Halverson has only thrown 3 pitches. I do not trust Halverson enough to throw any more. Clean 7th for Jameson. We'll get Hentages ready for the 8th. Let's see if Acuna, though, can get on base. No dice. Cole Carrig grounds out to first. Stephen Kwan. And deep to center, not deep enough. Stephen Kwan also is legitimately playing for a roster spot next year. I mean, even though he's making $14 million next year, I could find someone to take that. Sam Hentges for the 8th. And 2 runners already on. Diaz, Mountcastle are aboard. We need a strikeout. And we get it. Austin Meadows goes down. Willie Adames, are you better or worse against lefties? You are slightly worse, I would say. So Sam is going to stay in to face Adames. Gets him looking. All right, Heliot Ramos, same question to you. You are terrible against lefties, so Sam is going to stay in to get him. 1-2 count, the pitch. Got him looking. Very nice from Sam. Striking out the side. All right, so I'll sit Munoz down so he doesn't get tired. But he will take the ninth, obviously, regardless of if we score a run or not. How Yuli gets it down. Leadoff single. Oh, Condon walk. Mason Thompson, you might want to get him out of the game. And too little, too late. Hunter Goodman hits it deep to right into the bay. 3-1 home run, 5-2 Rockies. I will pinch hit here and have Dario hit for Nolan. Thank you, Hunter Goodman. Dario starts out. Even though I think if there were one trade that I look back on in like 2 years and be like, I regret that trade, it's probably trading away Drew Romo. But again, he's never going to be the everyday catcher as long as Hunter Goodman is hitting the ball well. And so that is an unfortunate barrier for Romo. And Tovar grounds out to second to end the inning, but we get 3 runs. And Andres Munoz will come in to get the ninth. Trent Grisham up to bat first. Ooh, Grisham hits one deep to center. That ball is out of here. Solo shot from the center fielder. 424 feet. Most impressive. And how Yuli can't get the ball as it slips through his glove. All right, tying run is at home plate. Full count to Tyler Fitzgerald, and he strikes him out looking. Here's Matt Chapman. Hitless today. Tries to fix that. Deep shot to center and gone. The bullpen implosion continues as Munoz has allowed 3 runs and still needs to get 2 outs. Diaz is aboard with a single to left. Oh, Munoz. Why did it have to be you? Yep, Diaz is already... I mean, Munoz is just going to eat this. Either he gets him or he doesn't. He walked Mountcastle. I don't think he's going to get him. I also don't really have another option right now, so hope you get a double play, Andres. He does not. Meadows gets it into center field. To home goes Diaz. There's your ball game. We had Vodnik implode in the first game. We had Zerpa yesterday, and now Munoz gives up 5 hits, 4 earned runs. His ERA has gone up from a 3.16 to a 4.7 from 2 outings alone. Man. That is genuinely, I think, the reason why we're struggling this year is just our bullpen has completely fallen off a cliff. Yeah. Fernandez with a ruptured tendon in his finger, so a season-ending injury for him. What that means is in 2 seasons, due to injury, he has made 17 starts, or not even starts, 2 games. He has made 19 games in the majors, 13 games in the minors due to injury. If he doesn't have either fragile or wrecked injury rating after this, I will be stunned. I will be stunned. All right, so he's down. Outfielders on the 40-man is either we go to CJ Kafus, which honestly, I don't hate that idea. or we go with someone like Dylan Carlson or Montgomery. I think honestly, well, let's go Kafus because in AAA, he's got a little bit of time at first, a little bit of time in the outfield. I think let's see what he can do. What that does mean is Jordan Walker is going to be our starting right fielder against righties. I'm just going to move Kafis to right. And we're going to give Kafis some more games here down the stretch. If he struggles, I might send him down. We do have September call-ups in a week, so that may change. But, man, I feel so sorry for Fernandez. I mean, for those first 10 games in 2027, he was hitting like Barry Bonds. The man had 14 hits, 7 runs, 2 homers, 9 RBIs, and then just down he goes. All right, we're going to sim game 3 against the Giants with Chase Burns on the mound. And our losing streak continues. We lose 0-3, 2 hits from our offense. They brought in Jameson for 1 out, which is kind of funny. However, there is a bit of good news. Hunter Goodman has signed a contract extension that will get rid of 1 year of arbitration and then his age 30 season. So next year he's making $15 million, which, believe it or not, was his arbitration estimate. And then 2030 he'll make about $12 million. My reason for doing this is maybe I'm overpaying for a little bit next year, but that means in 2030 he'll make less money than he would otherwise. And if he struggles in that age 30 season, I'm not locked into an insanely long-term extension. So, remember when we used to win baseball games? I remember. I do remember. All right, let's play the finale here against the Giants. We're going to have Gabriel Hughes on the mound. They got Acuna in because Howie Lee is tired. I'm going to give Jordan Walker the day off here. CJ Cave, actually, to be fair, his rating in right field is only a 35. That's probably not the best option. So instead, let's give Cole Carrick the day off. Lamp can take center. CJ Kafus can bat second and left. How's Nolan Fanuel been batting second versus sixth? He has been so much better batting sixth. Okay. All right. Everything else as is. Let's see if we can get the pride game at this point. If you lose the first 3 games in a 4-game set, really you're only playing for pride. Clean first for both teams and a clean second. Tovar and Acuna are aboard. Joe Lamp, just walk. Bases loaded. CJ Kafus. Get yourself a statue, kid. He hits it to center, but not far enough. Gonna try from third. Tovar is safe. Sack fly for Kafus. And then Bregman grounds into the fielder's choice. Acuna is at third, and he is quick. They walk Condon. Part of me is very tempted to have Acuna try to steal home, because if there's any player in my entire organization that I think could do it, it would be him. But I'll let Hunter Goodman hit with the bases loaded. Struck out swinging. Should have gone for the steal home. Clean third. Shanuel and Walker are aboard for Tovar, who strikes out. He is now at how many strikeouts this season? 120. No, excuse me, 130. Jeez. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that avoid K development that we were hoping for after his development lab period. Cunha strikes out on a full count. Also, those are ominous clouds in the distance. Can I just Can I just point that out? Is there a typhoon coming? As Joe Lamp grounds into a fielder's choice to end the inning. But hey, if they want to call this game after 4, I'm okay with that. Kayfis grounds it up the middle. Can't beat the throw. Down he goes. Bregman grounds out also. Here's Condon. Ooh, they've already gone to their bullpen. And Condon strikes out. And once again, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Uh-oh. They have a runner aboard, and Trent Grisham is walked. Patrick Bailey hits it back up the middle. That's going to score 1. Trent Grisham holds at second. I'm going to be honest, Gabriel. I don't have the best trust in my bullpen right now. You may just have to fight through this. All right. Trey Fitzgerald, infield pop-up. That helps. Can he get Austin Meadows? 1-2 count. No, sir. Meadows rifles it to left. Kayfis's throw. Keeps Grisham there. Here's Bryce Eldridge. Hits it sharply as short. The throw from Tovar. Got him. Very nice. Very nice. The Giants only get 1 run there. And we are going to turn to Chase Dollander for the 6th. So, in anticipation of the Giants scoring at least 4 runs against my bullpen, we're going to need the offense to step it up here. Nolan walks. And Jordan Walker grounds out, but they don't go for Nolan, which is fair. Tovar strikes out, nothing doing. Uh-oh, and Bryce Jarvis maybe suffered an arm injury. They said he shook it off. So 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, a walk, 4 Ks. That's about an average start from Gabriel at this point. And there's 2 of the runs as Dollander allows a hit and then a home run. But he gets through the rest of the 6 all the same. Charlie Condon. Condon, you can't be having errors at first, dude. You have a max defensive rating at first and a 50 error. Also, when was the last time he had a hit? The 19th. All right. How many pitches is Dollander at? 24? Yeah, he's done. Runners at the corners. Condon, if you strike it. I like that even after working on his avoid Ks in the development lab, he is on pace to best his 146 strikeouts from the season before. All right, Halverson coming in for the 7th. Clean. Thank you, sir. We're going to have Vodnik take the 8th. Nolan Shanuel is on second with Walker at the plate. Strikes out. Swinging. As does Tovar. Not a great day for him. All right, Vodnik's coming in for the 8th. A second error. Who by? Tovar. You know what, Vodnik? I'm going to be honest. This might be a season I just wipe from the record books for all my bullpen guys. I mean, Vodnik, you're just going to have to get out of it, man. All right, again, Trent Grisham. Well, I said the bullpen would allow 4 runs. The moment it's only 3. I am going to pinch hit here. and have Cole Carrig hit for Acuna, and then I'm just going to figure out the defensive configuration later. If we manage to score 3 runs, I'll figure it out. Carrig struck out, nothing doing. Joe Lamp, soft grounder to first. He doesn't beat it out. All right, Kafus, our last out. Struck out swinging. All right. Well, we lose games 1, 2, 3, and 4 to the San Francisco Giants. I think if we had any outside hope of catching the wild card, it is now and truly gone, which is rough. Herrera is back from his suspension, which is good. So James Gonzalez back to AAA. He has to clear up. He has to clear waivers. He cleared them last time, so I assume he'll clear them again. But you never know. All right, and then Herrera is going to get game 1 against the Cubs. I mean, it really is like who in our bullpen has had a good year? I would say Munoz has had a good year. He just had a terrible August. Matt Chachik has been good, but he spent the first bit of the season in AAA. Victor Vodnik has been up and down. Trey Jameson has been legitimately great. Zerpa has been good. He has a 9 ERA in August. And that's the end of the list. Halverson's been bad. Dollander's been bad. Molina's been bad. Aiken was bad. It is impressive. I may genuinely get 4 new bullpen arms in the offseason. Because who's going to be here next year? Munoz, Chachik, Hentes, Vodnik, Zerpa. That's it. Maybe Dre Jameson, though we'll see. But yeah, Dollander at this point, I think I'm going to trade. Halverson, I doubt is coming back. How's his August been? Even that's... All right. We are going to play game 1 with Herrera on the mound, and I think sim game 2. Tovar is tired. So Acuna, let's have Acuna bat 9th. Jordan Walker, where do I want you hitting, Jordan? Not second, that's for sure. Yeah, Walker can hit 7th. How Yuli can bat 2nd. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to start significantly reducing Joe Lamp's games as we go down the stretch here. I'll have Kafus bat, even though I know I just looked at his splits. What was his batting? 5th? Very good. All right. Walker bats 5th, Kafus 7. All right. So Tovar, Quan, Lamp, Nolan Shanuel, all getting rests. Cole Carrig, lead off double. We love to see it. How you lead pops up to the infield. Bregman swings on a 3-1 and is subsequently thrown out. Condon walks. If you look up in the sky now, viewers, you will see pigs flying. Jordan Walker grounds out to end the inning. But you know what? For a moment there, we had life. Clean first for Herrera and clean second. Cole Carrig once again leadoff double. He's making a very strong argument to be our leadoff hitter. Is how Lee hits it deep left field. That ball is over the ivy and gone. 378 feet for the second baseman, who has been without question our player of the year. without question. I think if Condon had a slightly higher on base percentage, it would be him. And Condon said, "I'm sorry, you were saying what?" and has his own home run to left field. Maybe I should just insult all of our players by saying they're not good enough. Maybe that's the move, as Jordan Walker is walked. It is not Brandon Birdsell's day thus far. Hunter Goodman, soft grounder to the pitcher. They get Walker at second. The animation says he was safe. I'm just saying. CJ Kafus lines out. Having the 7-8 punch of Kafus to Dario might be an instant rally killer. Or momentum killer, I should say. Clean third for Herrera. They're getting to him now. Valdez and PCA are aboard, and Kerry Carpenter hits it deep to right. That's gone. Why did the Tigers have to have a fire sale and trade both Kerry Carpenter and Riley Green to the team I'm playing right now? They couldn't have kept him in Detroit. At least they were in the AL, and I didn't have to worry about it. Sean Bouchard, our old friend who played with us in 2025 and then subsequently has bounced around Pittsburgh here. He is walked out of respect. All right, Herrera. Buddy, I'm going to need you. If you walk Tyler Nevin, you walked Tyler Nevin. Former Detroit Tigers legend, it must be said. Who knew that walking the bases loaded could have dire consequences as the catcher Pablo hits a triple? Or I guess they're going to call it a double because they got him at third. Well, that's 6 runs allowed from Herrera in his first game back from suspension, which has ballooned his ERA all the way up to a 4.07. Trying to get some of the runs back, though. Walker advances Bregman to third. Hunter Goodman strikes out, looking nothing there. That was only his second strikeout of the game in the 5th inning. Craziness. Yeah, they're getting to Herrera here. My bullpen, however, is very much taxed. Zerpa, just get Kerry Carpenter out. The man cannot hit lefties. All right, go. Strike him out. Good work. CJ Kafus, leadoff double. Dario hits it in such a way that Kafus is gunned down at third. Well, that was tragic. We have gone from a runner on second with no outs to a runner on first with 2 outs. That is a level of regression there. As Cole Carey gets the ball down in center. So Acuna is going to go all the way to home. We get 1 back. Jesus Tinoco on the mound. Hao Yu Lee lines out to center. We get 1 back. I'm a little wary of Zerpa trying to get the whole inning, so let's get Sam ready. Full count, 2 outs, strike out Tyler Nevin. I'll take a fly out. I'm okay with that. All right. Decent work there from Zerpa. Sam will get the 7th. Jordan Walker on second, 2 outs. Hunter Goodman to the moon, sir. Never mind. All right. Sam is going to take the 7th. QCA is on second, 2 outs, full count. Down goes Mr. Valdez. Yeah, he needed 20 pitches to do that. So we'll have Matt Chachik take the 8th, and then we'll worry about the 9th if we can get a run before we get 6 outs. CJ Kafis grounds out to the pitcher. Dario grounds out to the shortstop. So I have bad news, Acuna, for how this at-bat's going to go. As Acuna grounds out to the second baseman. Though that animation may look like he was really close. All right, Chachik for the 8th. He allows a run. So now we need 2 runs to be scored. I'm going to get Munoz ready for the 9th if we need it. Cole Carrick pops up foul. How Yuli hits it deep to left field. Gone. 1 run on the board. 20 home runs now for Mr. Lee. Bregman grounds out to second. We're on our last out. Mitch Heller in to pitch against Condon. And he goes down swinging. We lose 6-7. Once again, a starter has 1 bad inning, and that's that. Herrera gave up 6 runs, 5 hits. Chachik gave up a run on the back end, and that was the difference. Imagine spoiling How Yuli's 2-run game. By the way, for those keeping track at home, you're correct. We have yet to win today. Oh, what a world. All right, let us sim game 2 with Jose Fleury on the mound. We lost 1-2. Fleury pitches well. Sam Hentages, who the AI pitches 2 days in a row, gives up a run. And that is that. All right, Bobby Miller on the mound. We are now well over 20 games below 500. Which isn't great. All right. Jordan Walker and Hunter Goodman need a rest. So in that case, I'm a little scared about CJ Kafis in right. So I think let's do Juan and Ferg. You know, no, you're just gonna have to play right field, CJ. I believe in you. Here we go. Vengeance. Joe Lamp already aboard with a leadoff double. Nolan Shanuel strikes out. There we go. Bregman gets it down in center field. That will score Lamp easily. Why even bother throwing? Condon hits it deep to center field. Gone. Thank you, sir. Back-to-back homers in the series. Wait, I simmed a game in the middle. That is an untrue statement. He's homered twice in the last 3, I should say. It's how Lee gets it down, and Stephen Kwan will move to second. I think we need about 8 runs to be able to win a baseball game. So that's the target here. As Tovar hits it back up the middle, Kwan evidently went home. I would love if the camera would show that, but alas, 4-0 now. And Dario is hit. That seems a bit rude, Jose, to hit the rookie. CJ Kafis lines out to center. How Yuli makes it home. And a wild pitch. He advances the runners. Maybe we're not done yet. Joe Lamp, 2-2 count. Hits it into center. It's down. 1 run will score. Dario Laverde goes home, and he is safe. 7-run inning. And Jose Barrios is it's not doing too hot. Man, he was doing great before today. The whip would have been sub 1, 240. Vapid. Yeesh. And Nolan Shanuel gets it down. We have now batted around. Oh my. We're still going. Oh, they pull him. Nick Pivetta is in the game now. Alex Bregman flies out to center to end the inning. But we bat around 7 hits, 7 runs. If we lose after that first inning, I may have to just resign and start as like the Nationals manager or something. Bobby, I'm being honest with you. I will not offer you arbitration if you give up more than 4 runs in this inning. That's how low the bar is. He gets Hamilton to line out. It gets Pablo. Good. So to be fair, I am genuinely considering not offering Barbie arbitration. Though I think what I'll likely do, even if I decide to move off of him, is just pay him his arbitration and then try to trade him in the offseason. Because he does have an overall potential of 50. So that could be worth getting something for. Clean third for Bobby and fourth and fifth. I tried going for the sixth, and I should have known that was too ambitious for him as he gives up a 2-run shot and walks Riley Green on 4 pitches. All right. That's it for Bobby. Once again, getting 6 innings from him proves to be elusive. Runners on first and second with 1 out now. Ball is softly hit to third and no throw. Bases loaded, 1 out for Dansby Swanson, who strikes out on 3 pitches. That's huge. David Hamilton strikes out on 3 pitches. Not the sharpest outing we've had from Jay Jameson, but take what I can get. Runners on first and second, no outs. Here's Kwan. Swings on the 3-1 pitch, flies out to center. No runners move. Here's How Lee. Hits it back up the middle. It is down. I am not running on PCA. Thank you very much. Also, Jason Foley is here. Tigers legend. Tovar hits it up to center. How bold are we feeling going home, Bregman? And he gets there. We finally scored a run after putting up zeros for 5 innings. And Dario gets it down. That'll score another. 9-2. I did say I would only feel comfortable with 8 runs. We have now put up 9 as CJ Kafis flies out. All right. I'm going to let Jameson get Pablo, and then I was worried that was gone. And then I'll let him face Matt Shaw, but then I'll bring in Dollander to get PCA. There we go. He gets Matt Shaw. Go to work. Dollander can come in to face PCA. Strikes out swinging. Good work. And now Dollander can get me the 8th. And I'll figure out what I want to do for the 9th. It's the second batter that's been hit today. Feel like, you should do something. Bregman flies out to center. All right, Charlie. Strikes out. All right. To the eighth we go. Chase Donder works it clean. I'm going to be honest. I'm having Munoz pitch the ninth because I need him to get a win. Like, not literally, but he's given up 3 runs and then 4 runs in his outings respectively. Like I need something clean from him as Dario pops up foul to end the festivities in the ninth. All right, Munoz just nice and chill. Solo home run to Dansby Swanson, but nonetheless gets out of it. His ERA was a 3.16, man, before these past 2 weeks, and he just got killed. But we finally win a game of baseball. I think that is cause for celebratory champagne, in my opinion. Brady Moretti, player of the week in high A, after I called him up, which is very good. I think he's going to stay in high A to finish out the season. And then next year, I might start him in double A. Alan Ford is doing much better now. So he is going to go to high A also. And then I think Alan Ford will definitely start in double A next year. All right, off day. I'm going to save really quick. Okay. I think I'm going to play game 1 against the Pirates. We're going to sim games 2 and 3 to get through this a little bit quicker. Who do I want to give an off day to? You know what? No one. Let's just roll with this group. With Chase Burns on the mound against the Pirates. And he gives up 2 runs already. We're doing great. Keeps it at 2. We have runners at the corners. Nolan Shanuel, bring him home. And he kind of does. Base hit down the right field line. 1 run will score. Joe Lamp is a bold man, and he's so bold he makes it home. Well done, Nolan. Tie ball game. Here's Bregman. Soft grounded to short. Can he beat it? No, sir. Bregman goes down. All right. Tie game. Clean 4th from Chase. And 5th. How Yuli grounds out. Come on, Jordan. I believe in you. I should not have. He strikes out on 3 pitches. There we go. Tovar, deep shot to left center. Way gone. Well done, sir. 421 feet. Tovar gets his 13th home run of the season. And Joe Lamp gets aboard with a single. Maybe we're not done yet. Nolan Shanuel hits it deep to center field. Caught at the track. So close to glory, yet so far. All right, Halverson is going to get warmed up. Do I let Chase Burns face Brian Reynolds? You know what? Yes, get him. Never mind, he walked him on 4 pitches. Poor decision. Halverson, I'm going to be frank. If you allow Tyler Soderstrom to hit this baseball, I might cut you. Full count. The pitch. He hits it. Bregman corrals it. He's out. All right. I won't cut Halverson, though I will consider it for about 2 seconds. Nothing from us in the sixth, but the Pirates are threatening as Halverson is getting hit. Here's York. Hits it softly to Tovar. Got him. All right. Good work from Halverson there. I think Halverson has started to settle down a little bit since getting blown up in the end of July into August, which is encouraging. I still don't think I'm going to bring him back next season, but it is nice that he's starting to get it here. Hunter Goodman is walked, as is Hao Yu Lee. Not looking great from Kyle Nicholas so far. And he hits Walker. Oi, 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 oi. Toss him. What are we doing? Tovar, already a home run today, and he wants another to center, but caught easily. That looked so much better coming off the bat. But Goodman does score, so we get one. Yoldin de la Paz, the lefty, in to face Lamp. And Lamp hits it deep to center off the Coors Field gate, as I like to call it. One run will score. Who knows about Jordan Walker because the camera doesn't want to show it. I guess he's out. Or no, he's in. Lamp is out. My mistake. And Shanuel grounds out to end the inning. All right, I mean, that is one run we don't get now because Lamp was tagged out at third. Zerpa for the eighth. Of all the pitchers, I would have said had no shot of getting hit. Zerpa is the one that they're getting to. All right. Gets the rest of it clean, but he allows 2 earned runs. Munoz is getting... I'm warming up both Munoz and Chachik. If it's a save situation, Munoz. If not, Chachik. We get one. And Goodman is at second for Hao Yu Lee, who pops up. Okay. So Munoz is going to get the 9th. I am, however, going to keep Chachik ready in case things start to turn. Full count to Brannigan. And he walks Brannigan aboard with 70 stealing. Alan Roden is in to hit. He hits it softly to Hao Yu Lee to Tovar to 1 for Condon for 2. Very nice double play. Termar Johnson, the batter, and he is walked. What is Munoz's walk numbers compared to years previous? Very, very high. Got it. Here's Nick York. Hits it down in left field, and the tying run is now at the plate. Josh Lowe hits it to Condon, who corrals it. That's your ball game. Again, shaky from Munoz. 2 hits. No, excuse me, 1 hit, 2 walks. Zerpa obviously getting hit is rough. But that is what it is. It still says 2028 free agent, even though I've signed him to an extension already. So I'm not quite sure what that means. But Lamp gets 3 hits. Tovar gets 2 and a homer. Pretty nice. Cole Carrig, I think outside of that 3-hit game against the Cubs, he has not had a great time as of late. Let us sim game 2 against the Pirates. We win it 9-1. Cole Carrig says, excuse me, gets 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Acuna with a 4-hit day to raise his average by 80 points. Oh, his OPS went up by 135. That's awesome. Hughes, I mean, this is where we're at with Hughes. Like, I expect Hughes to give me 5 innings and allow 1 run. And if that's your worst starter, I think you can live with that, in my opinion. So I think there's value in keeping Gabriel Hughes. Dollander pitched 3 shutout innings. And doing that, his ERA dropped to a 7.22, which is hilarious. All right, good win that. All right, let's advance through game 3 of the Pirates, and we win 4-3. Very nice. Tovar with another home run. Herrera got hit a little bit. Vodnik gave up a run. Hentages gets the hold, and Munoz the save. Not a great offensive day, but enough to get the win. Okay, and we are now at roster expansion. One of the moves is obvious. Active roster is full. Oh, I didn't advance the day. Hold please. James Gonzalez, AAA. All right. The first move of roster expansion is I'm adding another bullpen arm because while Chase Donder can apparently give me 3 shutout innings, I don't really want to. Oh, come on! All right, whatever. I don't even want to look at that depressing amount of minus signs. Wellington Herrera is going to get called up. He has not done great in AAA the past month, really, but he has a very similar profile to someone like Seth Halverson, where their stuff is really good, but control is kind of a question. So with Herrera, I think I'm going to give him this month to just figure out, what he can kind of do. I think I'll have him in the 7th or later as a setup man. And then for our last call up, I think it needs to be another infielder because Nolan Shanuel can really only play first. And Acuna, while he can play second, third, and short, he has a negative zone rating in all of them and a range of 1.6 at third. So he's not great defensively any particular direction. So I think I'm going to call Mason White back up for September, who he was up very, very briefly earlier in the season for 2 games. He was our 2nd-round pick in 2025, so I think we'll give him a little bit of time here to see what he can do. He is going to be a backup second baseman for Hao Yuli. And I think I want him in. What's Tovar splits? Yeah, Tovar hasn't been great against righties, but I think I'll forego having him be a shortstop for now. All right, let's look at this player development update. So Fleury lost potential stuff, movement, and control rating. In other words, we're getting closer to find out just exactly what kind of pitcher he is. But that is okay. Dollander loses control but gains stamina. Casilla, his movement goes up. Look at our boy. Look at our lad. Ozuna gets a little bit of a boost. Michael Jindra goes down. I don't think he's ready for single A. But again, he has like average ratings or below average in the majors right now, so you'd think single A should be fine. All right, those are our moves. We have Tampa Bay now in town. I think I will play game 1. Sim 2, play 3. All right. Let me give Hao Yuli an off day. Mason White can hit in second. Bregman, I'm going to hit instead of Acuna. And then Cole Carrick. Cole Carrick's been a little hot and cold recently. I think I'll have Lamp hit for him. And then Quan can stay in because he hasn't played in a few days. All right, Jose Fleury, please. Clean-ish first inning. Oh, solo home run from Waters. Still only one run, an error from the Rays. Nothing from our offense so far today. Stephen Kwan tries to change that with a nice bloop single to left field. Here's Bregman with the only other hit of the day, but he lines out. Charlie Condon goes down swinging, and once again, the clouds move in the sky. Hunter Goodman gets it down in center field. Kwan goes to third, as Goodman has a nice little double. Never mind, Kwan went home. Again, would have liked to see that from the camera, but alas. Nolan Shanuel strikes out, swinging to end the inning, but we do tie it up. Oh boy. You got this, Jose. Get Monzon. Bulk. What, did lightning strike? You walked him. Oh boy. Hey Herrera, you know how you were just called up? Get ready. All right, Fleury against Junior Caminero. Hits it to left center. The ball is down. That will clear the bases. Lamp doesn't even try to go for it, which I respect. And Caminero has a bases clearing. Well, Jose was having a good start until that moment. And once again, his ERA balloons back to a 4.8. The ball gets through Condon. Brandon Lowe is aboard. I think if that doesn't hit the cutoff man, he's probably out at second. But that is what it is. All right, Herrera is going to come in to face Luis Robert Jr. Well, not great, as the man has an RBI double. Poor Jose Fleury. Dean Hurley, what a name, is in and grounds out to second. Well, that escalated very quickly. We were having a nice pitcher's duel there for a little bit. There we go. 2-run home run from Mason White. Welcome to the big leagues, sir. Oh, Herrera. All right, we're going to get Chachik warming up in case Herrera can't get Williams. He can. Do I want him to face Xavier Isaac? Sure, why not? There we go. Gets him to strike out. Outside of that first batter, Herrera did pretty good. Matt Chachik for the 7th. Clean. I will give Sam Henches the 8th, I think. I'm going to pinch hit here. Actually, no, I lied. Nolan Shanuel's going to stay in for the lefty. And he grounds out to second. That's what I get for not pinch hitting him. Jordan Walker hits it high to left field off the wall. A nice double for the man. He has had a really good August into September. I think he's been one of the few bright spots this month. Mason White, already a home run today. Can he get me another? I'm an ambitious man. He does hit it up to left, but not far enough. All right, Tovar. Tovar hits it up to left field. Gone. Has the power finally returned in the 11th hour? 6-5 ball game. I'm going to pinch hit here for Joe Lamp. Carrick's going to come in. And Carrick lines out to center the inning, but we get 2 runs back. Not too shabby. All right, Carrick will take center field, and Sam is going to come in for the 8th. Clean inning. Now I arrive at a conundrum. I think I'm going to go Jameson for the 9th, and then Zerpa for extras if it comes to that. Stephen Kwan, deep center field, gone. Tie ball game. Stephen Kwan playing for a roster spot next year hits a 415-foot homer. That'll do. Bregman swings on the 3-1. That ball is down, and he is aboard. For leading, does that change my calculus? Not really. I mean, Jameson hasn't had a save situation this year, but also I trust him more than Zerpa right now. Condon strikes out. What else is new? Hunter Goodman grounds into the double play. All right. We tied up. So Jameson is going to take the 9th. Lead off double to Carson Williams. But he gets Xavier Isaac looking. Monzon hits it deep to right field, caught. That will advance Williams. No, it won't. I guess 65 speed. Here's Junior Caminero. Strikes out swinging. Brilliant from Jameson there. All right, we are going to get Zerpa ready for the 10th if it comes to it. Robbie Ray is still in, so Nolan Chanuel is staying in also. He strikes out against the lefty. Not Nolan's best day, must be said. Jordan Walker hits it deep. Center field, he says, screw extra innings. I'm settling it here. Walk-off home run for Jordan Walker. Have a day, sir. That'll do. 3 hits, 3 runs, and a homer. Very nice. He was in a little bit of a cold spell at the end of August. Roars back. Very good. Mason White with his first ever MLB homer also. Great from our bullpen. 4 1/3 innings, only 2 hits, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Very good from the bullpen. Very good. I think if we got that kind of production from our bullpen, we would be in a much better position right now. But that is what it is. Okay, we'll sim game 2 against the Rays. We drop it 9-12. I don't want to scroll down. I don't want to scroll down. Oh, that's hideous. All right, going through the list. Bobby Miller gives up 4. Zerpa gives up 2. Only 1 is earned. Vodnik gives up 3. 0 are earned. Halverson gives up 1. And Chachik, who the AI pitches for a second day in a row, gives up 2. An Alex Bregman error cost us 4 runs. Goodness gracious me. Condon, Tovar, Bregman all have homers. My God. Oh, that's such an ugly box score. So if that error doesn't happen, hypothetically, Zerpa only allows 1 run, Vodnik 0, and things look a lot better. Oh boy. Oh boy. Not great. All right. Let's play the finale against the Rays. Bregman, you're benched. Does that seem excessive? I don't know. Howie is going to hit 3rd. We're going to have Acuna take 3rd base. And Jordan Walker will bat 7th. Has Tovar bat 6th this year? Has that been a thing? It has. It has not gone well. All right. I'll have him bat 8th then. Dario can bat 9th. CJ Kafis is not hit in a bit. So he can take left in place of Cole Carrig. Actually, I lied. Stephen Kwan will take left. Kafis will DH. Kwan will bat 2nd. There we go. All right. I have a pretty taxed bullpen because of that previous game. So Chase, I'm going to need 6 innings. Bad start. We're already down 1-0 with an error from Joe Lamp. Cool. But Lamp and Kwan are aboard for How You Lee. He hits it to short. That's going to be a double play. This is why we can't have nice things. Here's Condon now. Grounder to short. Runners on first and second. No outs. We can't bring anyone home. And meanwhile, the Rays have runners at the corners with no outs. Drew Waters hits into his own double play. But nonetheless, Rays get a run. Tovar on second. Come on, Dario. Struck out. Clean third for both teams. Tovar gets it down in center field. I am not running because the ball is very shallow and Luis has a great arm. Dario strikes out once again. He has now left 3 runners on base. You can get a run to Chase. I believe in you. I feel like Condon has a better range than the average first baseman, and thus he should be getting those balls more often than not. That's my official statement. All right, he gets Junior Caminero looking, so not a good start from Burns. Gives up 3 runs in 5 innings. The fact that our offense is stranding everyone on base does not help. Case in point, Kafis grounds out to second with 2 runners on. Not good. All right, Dollander, you're on for the 6th. Clean. Runners at the corners. Here's Dario. He hits it deep left field, down at the wall. That'll score 1. Tovar into third. Dario with an RBI double. All right. Nice camera pan to the crowd there. Joe Lamp lines out to left. Tovar goes home. He is safe. Tie ball game. That's all we get. All right. Well, not too shabby. I'm going to warm up Dre Jameson, but just by how battered my bullpen is, I need Dollander to give me 2 innings if he can. And he can. Great work there from Dollander. Let's bring in Jameson for the 8th. Allows a single or a walk, who knows, and then a steal. It was a walk. What's Laverde's arm? 60. Yeah, to be fair, Isaac has a 70 stealing, so I can see it. Caminero grounds out, but it does move the go-ahead runner to third. Here's Brandon Lowe. Hits it up to right. Should be playable. Grabbed in foul territory. All right. We go to the 9th. And I think I'm going to have Dre Jameson start the inning and then warm Munoz up as he's going. Meanwhile, can we get anything in the 8th? That would be nice. Acuna hits it back up the middle. Okay. Okay, sir. He's definitely running. Okay, relax. Relax. Acuna is thrown out. You're telling me with a straight face that a 50 arm beats 80 speed, 70 stealing? Really? Really? Come on now. Jordan Walker strikes out, as does Tovar. I'm legitimately annoyed that Acuna was thrown out there. And Luis Robert Jr. pops it up to center. 11 face Del Castillo. Hit to Howie Lee. Got him. All right. Can he get the lefty Drew Waters? Yes, he can. Line out to left. Great outing from Jameson. I'm going to sit Munoz, and he can take the 10th if there is one. Dario with a full count. Struck out swinging. Joe Lamb gets it down in right field. I mean, I'm having him run. But if Acuna got out, Lamp just doesn't want to go. Quit trying to pick off my guys. Lamp's going, and he is in with no throw. Here's Quan with a full count. He gets a hit. Caught in right field, though. Lamp does not advance. How you Lee. Wild pitch. Gets Joe Lamp to third. Here's a question we must now ask ourselves. Do I try to get Joe Lamp to steal home? For the vibes, let's do it. Okay, probably, upon further consideration, probably not a good call. Let's have How You Lee face him. And How You Lee hits it deep. Left field gone. Walk-off home run for player of the year. How You Lee, 383 feet. Once again, as I keep saying, he's only 25. Man, we have something here. Acuna also with 3 hits. Tovar, look at Acuna these past couple days. But really good. I mean, Dollander Jameson got me 4 innings, 1 walk, 1 K, no earned runs, no hits. They locked it down. Still a little confused how Acuna got caught there, but that is what it is, I suppose. And now we have the Dodgers to rain on my little fun parade. We finally got a series win for the first time in a while. I guess we did sweep the Pirates, to be fair. Never mind. We're looking good. Now we're only 12 games back in the wild card. And here come the Dodgers. All right. So we got Gabriel Hughes against Shohei, which is fair. I think. How did Stephen Kwan do yesterday? 3 hits, 2 walks, or excuse me, 3 at bats, 2 walks. I think even though he hit the walk-off, I'm going to give How Yuli a day off. Mason White will take second. All else will be equal. I'll give Joe Lamp a day off. Cole Carrig can take center, which means I need a left fielder. Stephen Kwan. All right. Hello, Shohei. How have you been doing this year? Let's see. 201 strikeouts. That's pretty good. He's a 6.2 WAR player for crying out loud. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Cole Carrick and Nolan Shanuel are aboard, as is Bregman. Bases loaded, no outs against Shohei. Condon, send it to space. He struck out. I have such a love-hate relationship with this kid. Come on, Quan. He walks Quan. We have a run. Let the record show. We have scored on Shohei Ohtani. Hunter Goodman hits it back up to center field, and it is down. What a odd animation that was. Like he dove with no moment. Oh boy. All right, we get two more runs as Jordan Walker is up to bat now. He will strike out looking on three pitches. And Tovar goes down swinging. But hey, we got three runs to open, and Shohei is already on 36 pitches. I see this as an absolute win. Clean first and second, but we did have an error by Charlie Condon. Man, if he starts getting bad defensively, we're in some big trouble. Juan is walked a second time. Hunter Goodman, though, strikes out, so we're down to two outs. Walker goes down. Shohei does have 7 strikeouts through 3, to be fair. Runners at the corners for Bregman. Hits it to third base. The throw got him. They're keeping Shohei in. He's on 90 pitches. Charlie, buddy, you're killing me. Like, I know his OPS, his slugging, all of that are better, but he's going to end the year with like 160 strikeouts. And on a fundamental level, that just hurts me. Stephen Kwan lines out to left. These are pretty quick at bats, too. Oh, there we go. Full count, Hunter Goodman. He got him swinging, but Shohei needed 6 pitches to do it. Oh, no. They have to take Shohei out of the game with a shoulder injury. No. Well, that's that, I suppose. Oh, they're starting to get to Gabriel Hughes. He had a no-hitter before this, y'all. They're getting to him. Josh Rojas, not like this. Oh, it's caught. We're okay. I'll let him face Jung Ho Lee. Damn, ball gets down. Man, Gabriel Hughes had allowed no hits through 4 innings. And now he's given up 2 runs in the 5th. All right, I'm not even going to waste time here. I'm going to bring in Herrera. Actually, hold on. Yeah, he's terrible against lefties, Cowser is. All right, Herrera to face Cowser. Gets him swinging. Well done. Andy is pinch hitting for Shohei, and he lines out to right. Good from Herrera there. That's clutch. Jordan Walker on second. Cole Carrick, the dream. Hold on, we must wait for the wild pitch. Carrick strikes out. Do the Dodgers still have Will Smith? They do. He's just tired. Man, age 33 season, he's still 780 OPS, 18 homers. Still going strong. Herrera gave up the tying run. 3-all. Gets Rengifo to pop up, though, to end the inning. All right. Tie ball game against the Dodgers. Nolan Shanuel solo shot. Both Bregman and Goodman are aboard. Jordan Walker flies out to center. All right. We are up by 1, which means we're going to need the bullpen to be perfect. Sam Henches, get us started. Clean 7th on 11 pitches. Insurance runs would not go amiss, guys. I must say. Tovar did not get the hint. He pops up. Mason White goes down looking. Cole Carrick also goes down looking. Nobody wanted to swing a bat this outing. All right, I am going to start with Sam this outing and then have Munoz ready to go for turns. Cowser grounds out to second. Mookie Betts, are you better or worse against lefties? You are much worse. I respect them for pinch hitting against a lefty with a guy who can't hit lefties. And it gets Mookie to line out. All right, Taylor Ward, same question. You are been very good against lefties. It's not a huge sample, but I think I'll err on the side of caution. We'll bring Munoz in to face Taylor Ward here. And Ward lines out to center field to end the inning. All right, we're going to the 9th. And they're bringing on Edwin Diaz. Hello there. Striking out 12.35 per 9. Oh, boy. Nolan Shanuel grounds out. And Bregman is hit. I feel like this is going to be an automatic strikeout if ever there was one. Yep. Condon goes down. Stephen Kwan is walked. How many walks is that? Yeah, Kwan is walked 3 times today, twice yesterday. That's crazy. All right, Hunter Goodman, 3-run shot. Struck out looking. All right, we threaten Edwin Diaz, but we do not score any runs. So Munoz is going to get rushing, Sawinski, and probably a pinch hitter for Luis Rengifo. And he immediately walks rushing. If you walk Sawinski, he did not. He got him to fly out. I'll take it. All right, they're letting Luis Rengifo face Munoz, and he flies out to center as well. Dodgers down to their last out. Hae-Sung Kim is walked, and now all of a sudden Munoz is at 30 pitches with lefty Josh Rojas on the mound, or coming up. Who's after Rojas? A lefty. All right, Zerpa's going to get warmed up. I'm going to visit the mound now. Munoz is going to get Rojas, and then whatever happens, happens. 0-2 count, struck out looking, we're okay. Woo! Was a bit nervous there at the end, but we beat the Dodgers in game 1, 4-3. Nolan Shanuel with 3 hits, including a home run, as he has been a very nice acquisition for us since we brought him in. Not Gabriel Hughes's. I mean, listen, he had a no-hitter through 4, and then it just all came crashing down. Herrera did okay, but Hentages, Munoz got it going there. All right, we are going to sim game 2 of the Dodgers series with Herrera on the mound. We win it 16. I should sim games more often, actually. Wow. 16-1. Okay. And doing that with only 2 home runs is kind of insane if you think about it. So Herrera, 4 innings, didn't do great. Dollander, 2 1/3, clean, 3 Ks. Vodnik, 2 1/3, clean, 2 Ks. Jameson got 1 out at the end. Dollander's starting to look okay. 16-1 is crazy. They had a couple of errors which hurt. We hit Ben Casparius, great name, for 5. Ricardo Montero. Oh, that's a Coors Field profile if ever I've seen one. 16-1, huh? That'll do. Acuna, 2 hits. He's really fighting for that backup infielder spot next year. Fair enough. All right, we will play the finale against the Dodgers, and then that will be it for today. So many players are tired. All right, so Hunter Goodman is going to rest, which means Dario is in at catcher. Nolan Shanuel is going to play first instead of DHing. So I need a right fielder and I need a DH. Think I'll go Stephen Kwan in right field. He's going to bat 7th. Joe Lamp in left. He'll bat 2nd. And then for my DH, Bregman is red hot. Same with Acuna. So I think I'm going to have Acuna DH and bat 6th. Bregman will take 3rd. So Walker, Condon, and Goodman are all resting. And I'll give How You Lee the off day also. And so Mason White can bat 7th. All right. So How You Lee gets an off day. Walker, Condon, Goodman rest. Boom. Let's rock and roll. I believe in you, Jose. There we go. Never punished. Nolan Shanuel, Stephen Kwan aboard. Acuna, red hot, continues his hitting performance with a nice single. The runners advance, bases loaded for Mason White, 143 average in all. He says, screw your average, and he hits it into center field. I am not going to run Stephen Kwan because there are no outs. Why risk it? They walked Tovar anyway. All good. Bases loaded now for Dario. And he pops it up to right. Technically, the runner can advance when it's caught foul, but Acuna does not. Cole Carrig strikes out. You know what? Acuna, steal home. Somebody tells me he's never actually going to get the opportunity to do it, but can you imagine? I mean, if they also want to walk Lamb, they do not. Full count. And Lamp walks. Acuna makes it home. Here's Bregman. Bases loaded. Hits it to 3rd. The throw across the diamond gets him, but we get 3 runs in the 2nd. And we bat around for our trouble. And Jose Fleury allows a solo home run from Jack Swinsky. Neat. Oh, Jose. Oh, Jose. All right. He got me the clean 4th at least, so we're going to go Halverson next, but we get a run and a runner on 2nd. Acuna walks. Mason White also walks. What is Ferris's? Let me look really quick. Ferris. Yeah, walks have been kind of an issue. He looks really good, though, as a pitcher. Like, can I trade for you? Would you be interested in pitching at Coors Field? I feel like if I open with that pitch, every pitcher would be like, no. But Tovar gets the ball down. Quan scores. Bases loaded for Dario, who swings on a full count and grounds into the fielder's choice. But we get 2 more runs for our trouble. And now, who did I have? Halverson is going to get the 5th. You know, maybe not. Let's see if he can get rushing. All right, struck him out looking. What about Will Smith, his counterpart? Grounded to Mason White. Makes the throw. We're good. We're okay. That wasn't terrifying at all. Serpa for the 6th. Clean inning. That's really good. We needed that from him. So I'm not gonna have Munoz for a potential save situation. I think honestly I want Dre Jameson to get the save, so we're gonna have Chachik going for the 7th. Unless Dario wants to hit a 3-run home run. He did not. Soft grounder to second. Down he goes. All right. Chachik is in for the 7th. Clean inning. How many pitches? 10? I might keep him out there for the 8th, in all honesty. And then I'll warm up. What do I want? I'll warm up Sam and rest Dre if I can get away with it. Mookie Betts strikes out. Good work. Dalton Rushing, remind me, better, worse lefties? You are so much worse against lefties. Okay. I'll have Sam come in then to face Rushing. Lefty on lefty. Got him swinging. Good work. Will Smith does get the ball down. He is aboard with a single. Here's Sawinski, who's homered once. Grounds out. All right. Sam is on how many pitches? 9? All right, he should be good for the 9th. I really don't want to use another bullpen arm. I know we have a day off after this, but still. Stephen Kwan gets the ball down into right. Very nice. Here's Acuna, who hits it to left, but that's going to be caught pretty easily. Mason White gets it down. Kwan advances. Okay. Tovar gets it down and left. Kwan is going to go for it, and he is safe. No longer a safe situation. Oh, no. And Kwan has to be taken out of the ball game. How are you going to wait until he gets hot to take him out? What is it? Back tightness for a week? Okay. I don't think I'll put him on the IL for that, but we'll see. We also have an off day, so I don't think I will. Dario strikes out, swing in. Now I'll let Carrick hit. I thought about pinch hitting, but Carrick walks. Joe Lamp, I will pinch hit for. CJ Kafis, bases loaded, send it to Mars. He tried. He struck out. All right, so right. Quan was hurt. Shit. Well, Yeah, that was a stupid decision to pinch hit then. All right. What do I want to do? I think easiest is just Kafis in left, Jordan Walker in right. I think even though he's a little bit tired, it should be okay. All right, I'm gonna get Jameson warming up. I really don't want to have to use him though. Taylor Ward pops out. Sung Kim, short grounder, got him. One out away from a sweep over the LA Dodgers. And Edmonds strikes out looking. That's your ball game. That's your series. We beat the Dodgers 6-2. Very nice. Stephen Kwan, 3 hits, 3 runs. Tovar, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Very good. Not Jose Fleury's best day. But again, if we got this bullpen like the whole year, man. Because don't get me wrong, we still had some of the worst months ever, but we have won 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have won 9 of the last 10 games. That's not nothing. We are also 14 games below 500, so it's not exactly all roses in that. But it is what it is. Let me make sure. Yeah, Quan only has 4 days with back tightness, so I'll probably rest him for most of the days and just give CJ Kafis some more starts down the stretch. All right, but that is where I will end. I think it was very apparent at the start of the video that, we weren't going to make the playoffs, barring a miracle. I think even if we do better, here against the Giants and the Cubs, we're still not going to make it. We have won 9 of the last 10, though, which is pretty good. I think then what I will do, because we got through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 series today. So I think what I'll do is I'll play through Reds and Padres and maybe the Diamondbacks one. And then tomorrow's episode, we'll finish out the season with Padres, Diamondbacks, Reds, and then Dodgers again to close. Obviously, we're not making the playoffs. But, we're playing for pride, and, we have a lot of guys here that are playing for jobs next year. So I think encouraging from our bullpen today, outside of that early stretch where Vodnik and Zerpa and Munoz decided to pitch horrendously. But, very encouraging nonetheless. So I appreciate you all for watching. There will be a episode tomorrow. We'll wrap up the season. And then due to travel, there will not be a new episode until likely a week from now, next Wednesday, the 16th. So we'll take a little bit of a break from the series and kick off fresh after tomorrow. So I appreciate all of you watching, and I will see you next time.